So authentic.
Well, this is unusual. You don't see this on normal tours.
Yeah.
Holy smoke, where did we go?
Look at the cave up there. How much at some point people can look up there.
Yeah, it looks like there's a cave in that corner.
It's definitely a few like that around.
So, ladies and gentlemen, they say it never rains in the desert.
And
well,
it
we have
did
proof
rain.
that it does.
I guess we're blessed. We got to see the rain.
Big tent over there too. If you want to see that.
families, friends, and work to come to the place where we can purify ourselves and properly prepare for the final war. Every Jew who came along did so to get close to the right way and to stay away from the sons of darkness, evil people. Among them you will even find high priests from Jerusalem. He who believes in our way is the son of light, and when the final war begins, all our opponents will be destroyed. But in the meantime, here in this holy place, no one can distract our minds from worshiping the Lord. We don't possess much, and the little we have we share equally. The good Lord, He supplies us with all our needs, even in this barren desert. This morning, while working in the date grove, a neighbor from Enot Kanen, a 5-hour walk from here, passed by. He told us of the bitter end of one John the Baptist, whose head was severed by King Herod. Suddenly, I remembered we too had one by the name of John. Years ago, he came to us and requested to volunteer. Each new candidate undergoes a thorough examination and, once accepted for a season of study, joins us in work as well. At the end of 2 years' time, just before becoming a full member, he arose, broke his vow to Yahweh, and left. Twice daily, we bathed together in the purifying bath in order to be sanctified in the pure waters. After bathing, we gathered together to dine. First, we taste from the pure bread that was prepared for us by the high priests, and then from the wine. When we went for our evening's toil, we inscribed the high priest's words describing the Lord who created the spirits of light and darkness, and thereupon based every deed. The first was greatly loved by God, each of its actions desired. The second, and all that it encompassed, he despised forever. At the end of a day's work, we bathed again, and after purifying ourselves, gathered together for the evening meal. We dined in reverent silence, even when troublesome thoughts would prey upon us. After the meal, I arose and asked for permission to speak. Could it be that the man who was murdered, of whom we heard from the passerby, was the same John that was with us and then left? It is not the same man, replied the high priest, and in truth we would be better employed in the studies of the Holy Scriptures rather than wasting our time in the idle talk that spoils the spirit of Yahweh. The wrath that ensued was so great that a remark was noted in the book in my disfavor. After having been punished, things calmed, and we resumed our studies as we do every night until a third of the night is past. But of these things I am not permitted to tell you. We may not reveal our secrets to anyone. Only we, the sons of light, are allowed to share the secrets of Yahweh. This alone may be revealed. All is predestined. There is no free will. Even before the time of creation, it was inscribed that you, somewhere in the future, would hear and see these words. It is God's wondrous plan that brought you today to this pure and sacred place. And God willing, perhaps the secrets may be revealed unto you.
In the year 68 CE, just before the Roman army arrived in this part of the country, members of the Yahad hid their writings and put them for safekeeping in the caves surrounding us. Only 1900 years later was the treasure accidentally found inside vessels like those you see before you.
Labor should be mainly of the religious work that they've done. The explorers or the archaeologists, when they uncovered the area over here, they found lots of pottery over here. Now, pottery is very important for excavators because they can do the carbon-14 test and they can know from which era the layer they are checking is coming from. Now, coming to the place over here, they found that they were talking about 2nd century, 1st century BC, and 1st century AD. But also, at that time, we know that we have different people living on this land. There were the Romans, the rich Jews, and the poor Jews. So then you'll identify the pottery that you are getting. So if you have, for example, nice pottery that was decorated with animals or naked women and used the color of non-kosher animal, that means that they were Romans or Gentiles. If they were decorated with geometrical art as well as using kosher ink for the, taking it from the animals, because they're animals, it will be rich Jews. However, over here there were humble people, there were poor people. So they had lots of pottery found, and that's mainly because they do not mix dairy food with meat. But you can see that the pottery is not decorated, smaller in size. All right, so this is the library or the scribe's room where you have a long bench, stone bench, where the first one will write the scroll, the second one will revise it, the third one will re-revise it, and the fourth one, the high priest, will prove it. And to disprove, they will roll it and put it in the jar. The size of the jar will tell you the width and length of the scroll. Why is it that important to be revised many times? Because you are talking about the words of God. And if there is any mistake, you cannot correct the words of God. You will burn it totally to make sure that it will not be used by any other person and claiming that this is a right copy. Because in Aramaic it is very complicated. We have similar letters and similar words. So if you change one letter in a word, then you change the whole context. If you think in English, for example, if you have a letter N and you have a letter L on it that they attach, it will become an H. If you have L and A, it will become a D. But in Aramaic, it's very hard to discover that it is a mistake. You would think that the meaning, the word means what is written and not that there was a mistake, because you have many similar words. One little change in it. The scroll itself, it should be from a kosher animal, the skin, and the ink would be extract from the bones of a kosher animal as well. Just before leaving the place, you heard about John the Baptist and the ministry. And you have to understand that the state of Israel in 1948, when they were established, they agreed to have all the organizations that they already existed before them. So for example, we have the Catholic Church before that, we have the Greek Orthodox, we have the Armenians, Muslim, Sunnite only, and so on. Any new church, like the Southern Baptist Church, they were not here, they couldn't start a church or build anything in this country. And because they wanted to have a link for them in this country, they funded this place and they put a condition that they would link John the Baptist to the Essenes or the Yachad community. Now, the people who were living here, they were generally poor people. It is very hot in this area over here, and very dry. So they were wearing as less as possible, eating what they have, mainly the palm trees, eating dates, or any of the animals, the wild animals that they have over here. So if you are talking about any person who was living in the Judean desert during that period of time, they most probably lived the same style of life. But that does not mean that they all were Essenes, or they were all zealots, or they were all sick people, and so on. Okay? Anyway, throughout the excavations, they also found over here, you can see in the windows, sandals, palm basket, pork basket. They were to dry it and so on. They had the place where they would raise their sheep. Their own kitchen, their own place where they would hide their money and so on. The only thing that you will not see is bedroom.
Why?
Why?
Oh man.
When we were going to different places in the land over here, I mentioned several times for you that people were living in caves.
Caves.
Even rich people, even Caiaphas' house, we went to a cave. The house was built later on top of it. But in the first, second century BC, all people were living in caves, and then they started building the stone houses with the palm branches covering the ceiling. So those humble people, those people who are dedicating to their life to God and to the work of the religion, they wouldn't build fancy rooms for themselves to have a better standard of living or quality of life. Instead, they were living in those caves that you see around you. And then when you want to come into the community in the morning to work, you have to immerse yourself into the mikveh to be purified, and then before you eat, you will also purify yourself. So, we will walk now slowly, look around you. Over there you have a tower. Now this tower was not only for enemies because those people were not warriors, they were not army people. The tower is mainly to protect them from wild animals, especially non-kosher animals, because all this region was dedicated to religious work and Bible study. So they have to be 100% purified, and they wouldn't allow, for example, a wild pig to go through the community over there. Okay?
Well, pig did not go
We'll
through.
walk slowly and where we have
They didn't eat them, so. Now what's down there? Up here, before you.